Oh yeah, and she wasn't this Kathryn Porter. She was sharing her concerns with. Well, I wouldn't. Maybe you don't even have to describe them as concerns. She was highlighting the problems of wind power, specific. I think it can be. This can be directed at solar power as well, but predominantly wind power, wind turbines, massive wind farms, and that. They're typically in places where there's no infrastructure. So you've got the cost of all the turbines and all windmills. Not an insubstantial amount of money. But then you've got the added cost of plugging it all into grid. And there's some peculiarity. I'll have to re-watch it. I mean, it's an hour long. It's 54 minutes. Give or take, it's an hour. It's an hour interview with this lady. She's got a fabulous outfit on. Wow. Awesome heels. Oh, yeah. Kind of legging type trousers, but a jacket on. You know what I mean? Kind of a trouser suit, but leggings, not trousers. Really nice. But she was saying to windmills and solar. Windmills for sure, they produce direct current. So fucking what? Well, a power station, I think, the generators within a power station probably produce direct current as well. However, by one of an inescapable part of making a power station is you also make all the added bits that turn the DC current into alternating current, and it can be put into the grid. No worries. Whereas with a wind farm, you produce the wind farm, but then the bit that a lot of people overlook, or the bit that isn't factored in to the cost, is all the electronic to make the DC into AC so it can go into the grid. And there's they're only producing power when the wind's blowing. They're only producing power when the sun's shining. Yeah. But she was saying, to produce, I think she had a figure of 30%. Wind farms produce power 30% of the time. So if you have a wind farm, if you've got a conventional power station that will produce an amount of electricity, you then get a wind farm that will produce an amount of electricity. But to produce the same amount of electricity as the conventional power station, the wind farm, you have to then, it'll only be producing 30%. So you got to increase it by 2/3. So it's just it's a real cockeyed carry-on. It really is cockeyed. There really is something very, very queer going on as to why the political elites are jumping on the carbon caper. It's very odd. When confronted with the information that this lady was running her mouth. Incredible. It's fantastic. Because she gave the comparison about, a lot of this stuff's made in China. There's a lot of things made in China. Made in China, funnily enough, by the Chinese. Funnily enough, they don't give anywhere near the same level of concern about the environmental impact. Or, in fact, persecuting people in a certain area. Well, we're going to do this now in this area. What? In what? We're going to make all this rare earth minerals, I think she was saying. Rare earth minerals or whatever. They require shocking amounts of production. All manner of sort of chemicals that are just poisonous. It don't matter, you see, because it's in China. Oh, but we're doing our bit. But your bit is encouraging these people over here to do what they fucking want, however they want, to whoever they want. It's very queer. What they call it, geopolitics. Very odd.